If you're an established Teachers Pay Teachers seller looking to sell more of the products you already have in your store, then these tips are for you. Hello, I am Phoenix. I'm the Tattooed Piano Teacher. And today is another webinar summary designed to bring you the key points and action steps you can take to sell more stuff on Teachers Pay Teachers without having to watch the whole hour webinar. Today's webinar summary comes from a November 2025 TPT webinar entitled Just What Your Buyer is Looking For, Customizing Resources, and Sales Copy. Who will this webinar be for? TPT was very clear who this webinar was designed for. I'm going to give you a rundown. This webinar will help people who have about 50 or more products already in their store. They've been selling for a year or more, let's say. They already have figured out sort of their established niche, and they have some branding going on with their store and products. And they already have an email list started or are doing some outside marketing. Now, if you are a beginning TPT seller or you've never really started an outside email list, marketing, any sort of thing, then perhaps you would like to first get that going. I will link a video here all about how to start an email list for TPT sellers. But if you're already on board and you want to hear the tips, then here we go. The two key points I want you to take away from this webinar summary are, number one, learn how to better market and write the sales copy for your products to make more sales. And number two, take a step towards growing or leveling up your TPT store. So let me give you a list of things that I want you to stop doing and what I want you to replace it with. And again, this is not from my own expertise. This is all from the webinar. Number one, stop building or obsessing about a demographic avatar of your ideal seller, and instead start focusing on buyer motivations. Why does your person buy? If you've been in the sales world for any amount of time, you've probably heard of this concept of avatar this, avatar that. Like, you have to figure out your specific person. You have to know what hair color, which Starbucks they go to every morning. You have to give them an age and a name. And TPT suggests that it's not going to serve you to obsess about the specificity of your personality, your ideal avatar. And more so in the teacher world, you want to be thinking about, when does a teacher open their wallet? So think about buyer motivations. We'll get into that a little bit more. Number two, stop guessing what products to make or making whatever you feel like on that day. Start solving real life specific problems that your teachers are having. Throwing up whatever resources you already have or making whatever floats your boat on that day might have worked as a beginning TPT seller, but you, my friend, you are here because you want to level up. So you need to start thinking about your ideal teacher buyer. What problem are they trying to solve? Number three, stop listing features on your description and previews. Stop talking about the product itself. Start talking about the transformation that your product provides. What are the transformations that teachers today are looking for? They're looking for time saved, and they're willing to pay for it. They're looking for peace of mind, knowing that this resource is going to teach their students what they need to know, and they'll pay for it. They're looking for student engagement. If you can get their kiddos enthralled by the topic at hand, they will pay for it. And they're looking for differentiation. If your product will serve their entire classroom, diverse as it may be, they'll pay for it. Number four, stop writing formal copy. Formal copy is going out the window. It sounds like AI, and we don't like it. Start writing conversationally, teacher to teacher. We're not listing how many pages are in this product. We're talking about the transformation. Friend to friend over coffee. Why do you need this product in your classroom? Number five, stop over-explaining and start using the simple formula and, but, therefore. The and allows you to hit two key points about your teacher's problem or the student's situation, but allows you to introduce the problem so that they can relate to it, and therefore allows you to present the solution. Here's an example. Your students love centers, and you love activities that basically run themselves, but prepping centers can be exhausting and time-consuming, and you don't have time. Therefore, This resource includes everything: print and go, cut and go, task cards, answer keys, center tables, student recording sheets, or whatever it contains. So you can set it up once and reuse it all year. Okay, number 6, stop using social media to directly sell and start making social media the bridge to come into your world. Think about the kind of stuff that you like to scroll on social media as a teacher and create that. Then link to your email list, link to your storefront, link to a product. But don't just recycle your TPT thumbnails onto social media and be like, buy this, buy this. Number 7, stop sending the same email to your entire email list. Instead, start segmenting your audience based on their niche, what they click on, their motivations. Send relevant content and product recommendations to parts of your list. So let me give you some quick action steps so you can start the process of leveling up your existing products on TPT. Give this video a like if you like this format, if you like hearing your webinars in a concise and action-focused arena rather than listening to the whole hour-long webinar. So choose at least one of these steps to take in the next month to improve your sales on TPT. Number 1, write down 3 of your buyers' motivations. What are some examples of buyer motivations? People will spend money to save time. People will spend money to have a differentiation that makes their life easier as a teacher. People will spend money for an emergency situation. Oh darn, this holiday is coming up tomorrow and I need this. Oh no, I'm sick, I need sub-plans. And standards. So for classroom teachers, whatever standards they are held to, very important obviously. So they will pay for that. And that's that peace of mind knowing that they're in the clear with their district, with their bosses, and their students are learning the right things. Action step number 2, the next time you write a new product listing, try out the and, but, therefore, and then make the rest of it just basically more conversational. Action step number 3, take your 5 top products, either your top 5 of the season or your top 5 overall, and redo the description. Action step number 4, rethink your email list. Do you have people receiving emails that don't help them? And can you segment your list either for future subscribers or for your current subscribers? What are the different segments within your email list that you could be talking to in different ways? Action step number 6, if you're not already doing this, make your social media a place to connect with teachers on their level and then link to your email list. And action step number 7, is you could go through your list of products and find the ones that need to be rewritten, redone most urgently. Look for any keyword stuffing you might have done. Look for anything that's overly formal and sounds like a robot wrote it. Look for anything that's just like a list of cold, hard facts about the product and rewrite those ones first. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that if you do not have an email list yet, I will link to that video next, and I will also put a link to the email provider that I use now and the one that I used when I first started my email list on TPT. They're both amazing, so I will link down to those below. And here's that video all about the TPT email list. If you already have an email list and that doesn't interest you, then check out one of my other TPT tip videos. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a seller tip video in the future, and I will see you there.